Duolingo is completely free to use. You can learn a language, finish every lesson, reach the highest level, and never spend a single penny. So how does a free app become worth $7 billion? The answer is one of the most clever and counterintuitive monetization strategies ever built. And it teaches something every founder, marketer, and product builder needs to understand about how to create something people genuinely cannot stop using. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly how Duolingo gets 200 million active users to open the app every single day, how it makes money from something it gives away for free, and the 3 product psychology principles behind the green owl that you can apply to whatever you are building right now. Duolingo was founded in 2011 by Luis von Ahn and Severin Hacker. Von Ahn was already a celebrated computer scientist. He had invented CAPTCHA, the distorted text puzzles websites use to verify you are human, and then sold reCAPTCHA to Google for around $80 million. But von Ahn had a problem he could not let go of. He had grown up in Guatemala and understood from personal experience what access to a second language meant in terms of economic opportunity. In many parts of the world, learning English can double or triple your earning potential. But quality language learning was expensive. Rosetta Stone charged hundreds of dollars. Good tutors were inaccessible to most people globally. Von Ahn wanted to give everyone on Earth access to world-class language education for free. Not freemium, free. The original mission of Duolingo was explicitly educational equality. The same quality of language learning whether you were in San Francisco or Nairobi. That created an immediate tension. If the product is genuinely free, how do you build a sustainable business? The answer was not obvious. The genius of Duolingo is not its language curriculum. Linguists have argued for years about whether Duolingo actually teaches languages effectively. The genius of Duolingo is that it gets people to open the app. Getting someone to start learning a language is easy. Getting them to come back tomorrow, and the day after, and the day after that, for months and years, is one of the hardest problems in consumer product design. Duolingo solved it by borrowing the psychology of video games and applying it to education. The streak is the centerpiece of this. When you complete a lesson on Duolingo, you maintain your streak. Miss a day, and the streak resets to 0. This is a mechanism borrowed directly from gaming, the sunk cost and loss aversion psychology that makes people unable to break a chain once they have started one. Duolingo users have reported rescheduling flights, cutting short evenings out, and opening the app in hospital waiting rooms rather than lose their streak. Some users have reported streaks running to thousands of days. The owl itself became an internet sensation precisely because Duolingo leaned into its menacing quality. The brand deliberately cultivated the joke that Duo would come for you if you missed a lesson. What started as a meme became a marketing strategy. The threatening green owl generated billions of impressions for free on social media from users sharing the joke. Then there are the notifications. Duolingo's push notifications are some of the most studied in the product design industry. They shift from encouraging to passive-aggressive to almost existential, depending on how long you have been inactive. Users screenshot them and share them. Each screenshot shared is free advertising. By 2020, Duolingo had hundreds of millions of downloads and a retention problem that made most subscription apps look amateur. But it still needed to make money. Here is how it does it. The primary revenue stream is Super Duolingo, a subscription that removes adverts, adds offline access, and provides a few additional features. The critical insight is that the subscription is never positioned as paying for the learning. The learning is always free. You are paying for convenience, for removing friction from something you are already doing. As of 2023, approximately 8% of Duolingo's monthly active users are paid subscribers. 8% sounds small. When your monthly active user base is in the hundreds of millions, 8% is an enormous number. The second revenue stream is the Duolingo English Test, an online English proficiency certification accepted by thousands of universities and employers worldwide. It costs $49. This is the most direct monetization of the company's core mission because it turns the educational value Duolingo creates into a credential people can use in the real world. What makes Duolingo genuinely exceptional as a business is not any single feature. It is the feedback loop between its product design, its social virality, and its data advantage. Every interaction a user has with Duolingo generates data. Which exercises cause people to stop longest? Which lesson formats lead to people dropping out? Which notification timing gets the best re-engagement? Duolingo runs thousands of A/B tests simultaneously and uses the results to constantly improve every element of the learning experience. This data flywheel creates a compounding advantage. The more users Duolingo has, the more data it generates. The more data it generates, the better the product becomes. The better the product becomes, the more users it attracts and retains. By 2023, Duolingo had over 500 million registered users. No competitor approaches that scale of learning data. In 2021, Duolingo went public on the NASDAQ. The IPO valued the company at approximately $5 billion. By its peak, it exceeded $7 billion. A free app, a streak counter, $7 billion. There are three things Duolingo does that the best product builders in any industry understand. Lesson 1. Design for the behavior you want, not the outcome you want. Duolingo does not measure success by how many people become fluent in French. It measures success by daily active users and streak retention. If you can get someone to show up every day, the learning happens as a consequence. Think about what you are building. What is the one behavior that, if your users did it consistently, would lead to the outcome you are both after? Build everything around that behavior. Lesson 2. Give your product permission to have a personality. Duolingo's green owl is not just a mascot, it is a brand relationship. The willingness to be slightly threatening, to be in on the joke, to let the product have genuine character, drove the social media virality that no advertising budget could have bought. Most products are afraid of personality. They smooth out anything that might feel unsafe. Duolingo leaned into the unsafe version and found billions of dollars of free marketing waiting there. Lesson 3. The freemium model only works if the free tier is genuinely excellent. Many companies build a free tier that is intentionally limited to push people toward paid. Duolingo built a free tier that is genuinely world-class, and then let a small percentage of users choose to pay for convenience. The result is a global user base so large that even a small conversion rate generates enormous revenue. Protect the free tier. Make it so good that people talk about it. Every video on Unpack Business goes inside the companies and strategies that most people use every day but never truly understand. The lessons from Duolingo, designing for behavior, building personality into your product, and protecting your free tier are things you can start thinking about today, regardless of what you are building. If you want to keep learning from stories like this one, subscribe, because understanding how the world's most successful companies actually work is one of the most valuable things you can do for your own career, business, or ideas. We will see you in the next one.